Good evening, and welcome to another Mike's Fun Page beer review. Before I get started, as usual, I would like to say if you wish to contact me via email, mikesfunpage@hotmail.com. Remember to click subscribe on the YouTube page, and if you wish to contact me, you can contact me using the YouTube page also. I hope everybody enjoyed the Ill Swill review, that series that I started. I'm not going to beat that to death. I'm going to, give it, between a couple weeks and do it. And then I'll just do the normal beer reviews in between that. And, when I get a chance to do them, you'll see them pop up. If you subscribe, you'll get sent a link every time, or an email every time I put up a new video. Alright, well, let's get right into this beer review. This one might be familiar to some people. It's one of my favorite beers. In my top 5, I actually enjoy this beer a lot. This is Moosehead Lager, and it's in their new designed 12-ounce can. And we're going to be doing this review out of this goofy Pilsner style glass. I wanted to change it up. We've been doing them out of a pint glass. I did one a while ago with this glass, and I liked it. That's what we're going to do. Okay, Moosehead. Moosehead is actually Canada's independent brewery that hasn't been bought out by any of the big friggin' destroyers, of these little small guys like Coors, Budweiser, Miller. This is actually still a Canadian beer. Moosehead Brewing Company, St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. And this is 5.0 alcohol by volume. And, this is pretty big up in Canada. We drank this a lot growing up. This seems like good. We called this a good beer growing up. So, some people, this actually might be a good beer. To me, this is an excellent beer. I consider this, decently. It's fairly priced. It's about 21 and change a case, which is, a decent price for this beer. Anyway, we're going to get started with this one. Okay. The coloring of this Moosehead Lager is golden strawish pale with light to mild carbonation. It's not too bad. Mild lacing. And it overall looks like your normal, typical, this is an American adjunct lager, but I like to call this not a Euro macro, a Canadian macro lager, which is pretty much the same thing. It's got that ale-ish color to it, but overall it looks like a decent beer. We're going to get started with the smell. It's got a refreshing malty smell, light grain smell. Now I've had this, keep in mind, a lot, so I already pretty much know, but it's got a faint limey-ish lemon smell, and it's got more of a wheat than a corn smell. However, I do smell a faint hint of corn. It's not like overkill like in your American adjunct beers, but there's a little bit of wheat and a hair of corn maybe. Alright, let's give this one a taste. This is Moosehead Lager. It's nice and cold. Tastes good. It's a little dry. A hair sweet. It's not too overkill, but it's almost like a fruity, appley smell, but then it ends with like a nice almost like a lime peelish, lemony taste, but it's actually very refreshing. It's a nice hop note at the end of this. You get a nice bite. It's definitely a big change of pace from your normal Canadian beers. That's what makes this one unique. And when these big breweries tend to buy them out, and the beer to me you know, they change the style it's made sometimes, and it kind of loses the quality. Like I don't think like a Molson is good as it used to be. It doesn't taste quite the same. So I'm kind of happy that Moosehead actually is still, you know, one of Canadian's independent breweries that they haven't got lured away yet. But I'm sure eventually that'll change because all these little breweries that people like their beer have seemed like the one of the big three seems to buy them out. So hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you can't afford to run, you know, a brewery. You gotta sell out to the big boys. That's the way it goes. But that's that. This is actually a good beer. I actually like it. It's got a nice bite. It's dry, but it's refreshing. Well, the moose is on the loose, man. This is some good stuff. Highly recommend it. I'm gonna rate this. Well, this Moosehead Lager. I'm gonna rate this a. Now I want to be fair with this. I'm gonna give it a B plus because a few better beers that I like. However, this is right up my alley. I want to get into some of the German Pilsner beers. They're actually my favorite, but this is very good for what it is. I mean, it's a decent quality beer. It's got a lot of flavor. We're gonna give it a what did I say, B plus. Yeah, B plus. Moosehead Lager, 12-ounce can. Excuse me. I'm gonna do what I do best and get rid of this. Very good. Thanks for watching. If you wish to contact me at mikesfunpage at hotmail.com, or you can contact me via the YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe, please. You know, if you subscribe, that, you know, only helps me, you know, maybe get recognized a little bit, and, you know, people like my videos, and, you know, just do it for fun, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's been another edition of Mike's Fun Page Beer Review, Moosehead Lager. Have a good evening.